took me a while to set up. I don't know what's up with today, but I'm having a hard time setting this up. I'm not very good with the lighting and all that. My makeup might be too white. And I changed my hair. I don't know if you guys like this one, but this is what quarantine does to you. And excuse my shirt kasi maingay siya. It's been creaking for a while. Maybe because I've been working at home for too long and nagreklamo na yung upuan ko at nag-iingay na siya ng ganito. But today is yung... Ang init. Kaya niyo ba tiisin yung init? Because I can't. Sobrang init. You might be hearing the electric from the background, but hindi ko kayang tiisin. So, I hope they can still hear me. I have a mic over here, which is very good investment. Anyway, today is a sit-down video. I haven't done much of the sit-down videos, I think, especially during quarantine. Most are kitchen vlogs, going out to buy essentials, tapos random shoot. So, I decided today na medyo ibahin natin. In light of the coronavirus, still we're on that one. I want to discuss something. It's not easy to talk about this. This is my first time ever to talk about what happened to me back in my 20s. So, I've written about this last year. I've talked about this a bit on some of my vlogs, asking you guys if you want to know my story. Lately, I'm just feeling more confident and more at ease with the fact that maybe I can help others through this and inspire you guys. So, probably most of those who haven't read my vlog yet, I have a website which runs for 10 years now. Marking the date I think end of March? Not quite sure. Basta summertime yun. I had the guts to actually talk about my life experience because I am a lupus survivor. So these books are the ones that I read when I was still young, and it helped me understand because at the time there's actually not much studies about that one. And unlike cancer, ang dami kasi ng mga findings 10 years ago or over 10 years ago. But for lupus, it's a ghost disease that a few people have, such as notable people are Selena Gomez, who recently came out last year. So I'm happy about that. She actually inspired me to talk about it. And Marcos in the Philippines, which was para 1980s pa yata to. So, onti lang talaga yung may very well-known people have cases like lupus. There's also another, I think, governor. I forgot her name, but there is a governor in the Philippines, or a congresswoman who has it but can still work. Basically, it's an autoimmune disease that attacks your immune system. So, instead of protecting you from diseases and illnesses, it's the other way around. So, yung pinaka ina-attack talaga ng organs ay yung heart, yung liver, basically major organs, your kidney, because yun, then your skin even. So, for me, initially, way back then, I don't have much photos. Because we were basically hiding this from everyone because it's so hard to understand for most people, even for us, that my parents were worried that it might affect my career because I was diagnosed when I was still studying in college, and I was pursuing a career in journalism. I was studying journalism already, and even before that, I switched my course because before I was taking up management, I had to switch schools and all that. I really focused on finishing my studies and being able to build my own career at a young age. So we were scared that if people knew, even my professors or other friends or families knew about it, it might impact have some impact in my career. So they were just protecting me that time. I am actually surprised that I am able to talk about this in such a manner that I am not crying, I am not ashamed. Because when I was writing this last year, I was out in a cafe, Kairos, in Scout area. And I so remember that day, the reason why I went out was so that when I begin to put ink, or well, not ink, kasi nga, I'm using a laptop, but you know what I mean. I won't start crying compared to doing it at home, na maiiyak ako and all that. So, yun. And talking about this right now is, it feels refreshing to be able to just keep the words flowing. So I hope you are still understanding where or what I am trying to say. Because I have the tendency to babble and go on and on. So basically, yun nga, I was, I think, diagnosed at 19 and then until 23 or 22. I think 23 yun. At first, we didn't know what it was, and then certain medicine triggered it. I was having headaches, then numbness on the fingers, butterfly rashes, yung mapula dito. Especially when I am exposed to the sun. Tapos, I was getting depressed and all that for no reason. Although I did change schools, so you were thinking na baka yun lang. It was just basically an adjustment period. Because mahirap naman talaga mag-adjust coming from a different culture, work, school environment, moving to another. Because I was studying at one of the universities in Pasig, and then I switched schools to Manila. But in between those times, I took a break because when they found out that I had lupus, my doctor recommended to stop studying for some time. I think 1 semester off lang naman para lang mawala yung stress kasi stress can certainly trigger lupus. Eh, paano ka naman hindi mai-stress? Stress comes from the environment, comes from the way of thinking. I have the tendency to overthink, which I am trying to work on now. I get better and better naman. So, yun. So, luckily, some of the friends or family, a few of them who knew about this were quite understanding, supportive, especially my mom. Siya talaga yung pinaka-support system ko. And without her, I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't be able to talk to you guys about this in front of you right now. So why am I actually talking about this? Coronavirus is a bit similar to lupus in such a way that we know nothing about it or we don't know much about it. It's like a ghost. Like lupus, it's a ghost disease na hindi mo siya nakikita yun but it attacks you in certain ways. Hindi natin alam anong cure, meron bang cure, walang cure, ano ba? Ganon din yung lupus back then. Even until now, as far as I know, wala talagang cure pa ang lupus. You can just get a remission, it comes back, or it's just, you know, it stays with you for a long time, but it's manageable. So with corona, I guess nandun yung difference. You can get over, you can heal. Lately may mga cases na nag-heal na sila. Sadly, yung iba nagre-remission din. So, it's a very complicated diseases. Yun, so when I was studying, I had that. I was doing newspaper beats that time kasi I wanted to be a reporter. I really have a passion for writing and photography. So kaya ako lumipat din ng school. Tapos, I couldn't even take PE. I was a medic that time. And I so remember one professor telling me, you cannot become a reporter or a journalist because of that. Kasi hindi ko pwedeng hindi sabihin, bakit ako maging medic? So we had to let her know the reason. So, yun, mostly paperwork. So, but she was so discouraging that time. But that actually made me push myself na kaya ko to. I will prove to you, I will do this, I will graduate, I will become a reporter. And that actually happened. But it wasn't easy. And then I so remember that time, I was studying, there were days that I'm taking steroids, so it makes so bloated. My face was like So, hopefully I can find some pictures and post it here. But onti lang talaga yung pictures ko. I don't even have photos in the hospital. I think I found a record somewhere here. I'll probably post it right here. I found it from a random scrapbook that I've had for years. So, yun. And, I hope I'm not bubbling. Feeling ko nag-bubble na ako, but anyway. So, yun. So, I was studying. Thankfully, I was able to graduate. Because I really want to prove to myself I can do this. I don't want to rely on other people. I don't want to be sick. Although there were days that I had terrible headaches. I can't go out sa sun. I love the beach. So, medyo mahirap yun. And masakit yung dito ko. But, yung steroids was very helpful. But, we can't take it kasi ng madalas or maramihan. There's a certain dosage. Kasi nga, it can affect your kidney or your liver. Just like what happened to Selena Gomez, that she was diagnosed with lupus nga, and she had to have a transplant na for her. I think kidney ba or liver? I'm so confused sometimes with those two. I'm so sorry, pero yun nga. She's lucky because she's capable. Because this he's can actually drain the money out of you, and we are not a rich family. We're middle class, but thankfully there were some people willing to help us, and my mom was so hardworking until now that I feel so blessed to have her and have these people support us in some ways, or not monetarily but emotionally be there for us, especially those family members na who were doctors or med reps. So somehow, yun nga, they were able to hook up with some doctors. And mind you, that time, it was in Lupus, there was a medical team. And I felt like I was a guinea pig. Alam mo yung sinasabi ni Will Dasovich? A shout out to Will. He inspired me again to create this video. He came out with his own cancer video recently. So parang sabi ko, oh nga no, why not? Maybe talk about this, and hopefully it will help you guys stay positive. May inspire kayo to push through and think that anything is possible in life. But anyway, so yun, I remember feeling like a guinea pig in front of all these medical students at St. Luke's. Kasi rare yung cases na na-admit talaga for that disease. Nakapalibot sila sa akin, in scrubs, and then the doctor teaching them is asking them questions about yung condition ko. So, and then, my doctors in St. Luke's and Medical City, they were parang tag team sila kasi some days I was confined in St. Luke's, some days naman Medical City. Pero yung pinaka-main hospital ko talaga was Medical City. And they work in teams. Parang I had 6 doctors from my rheumatologist to nephro to derma. Hindi ko na maalala kung ano pa yung iba. Super dami ng doctors mo kasi they do this blood test which costs a lot. And I started with blood test for every 2 weeks, and then a month, every other month. They are constantly checking kung kamusta yung aking antibodies kasi pag may nag-positive din, sabi may lupus ka ba. So, anti-RNP or ANA. I never expected I would be talking about this for a decade, over a decade, I think. And that time, I even had a boyfriend, and he told me that how can we have babies? Baka ma-pass on yung disease. So, I am lucky to have survived this. And I remember also the time when, kasi it causes so much dandruff. Alam mo yung flakes? Okay, kadiri man, meaning ko yun. So, kasi nga may allergic dermatitis siya na effect din. So, even until now, I have that allergic dermatitis, but I don't have lupus anymore. So, tinanggal nila, they did the biopsy, but thankfully naman, parang hindi naman siya that bad. So, magaling yung derma ko. She prescribe both medical and organic, mga coconut oil, and then Dermovate. So that was very helpful. But she was super strict for me not to go to the beach, which I so love. Sobrang beach or water baby ako. Yun, kailangan sunscreen, even in the city, sunscreen. Tamad akong mag-ganon. But my mom had to remind me all the time, lahat ng outings, lahat ng lakad. Especially in college, that's the time that I started to travel more with her and her office mates and family and even friends. So I was able to do all those things. I guess I'm the type of person who would push myself to do different things. I'm lucky enough in the position that I am able to, unlike some people, and I guess I was feeling like if this is my destiny, my fate, that I'm not gonna live long, I would be doing everything that I can to be able to experience all, so that when it's about time that I pass away, thankfully not, nagawa ko siya. And I am able to meet different kinds of people from all walks of life. So I remember also when I was still a newbie reporter for a newspaper, the Manila Times. I always tell my editor na I want this lupus awareness event. I'm gonna cover it without them telling, without me telling them that I have it actually. So I was able to see the worst cases, kids na bloated, nagpipil yung face nila, yung skin nila, hair fall, nakakalbo. And then, yung nakikita ko yun, kasi I was trying to understand, ano ba itong sakit na to? Kasi hindi ko siya maintindihan. And I was rejecting the idea nung una that I had it at a very young age. I was only 19 yata nung na-diagnose. So parang, ang hirap intindihan, how could I have this na ang dami ko pang plans sa life? I'm still starting out, but wala eh. So, somehow, it's the acceptance. You need to be able to accept whatever it is, whether it's coronavirus, cancer, or any other disease. Kasi when you are able to accept what you have, and you hold on to your faith, pray, whatever religion that you have, it makes things easier somehow. I'm not saying na totally madadalian na siya for the long haul, pero what I'm saying is that it makes you stronger, it makes you believe in something higher than you are. So to make yourself push forward and not go down the route, alam mo yung rabbit hole na when you're so depressed, you can't get yourself out of it. May ganun eh. So, yung strengthen yung faith ko. I'm Roman Catholic and I wear the St. Benedict's cross. And then Padre Pio, devotee ako. Because, yun nga, sabi, it heals people and all that. So, that experience strengthened my faith. I've seen a lot of patients who are worse case than I am. Yung treatment sila was even worse. Lucky pa ako that I was diagnosed so early on. Although I've had bad days. I was losing my hair as well. My skin was red. It was super bloated. Tapos, ang hirap kasi doon, you can't tell everybody why you're like that. So, they'll just think na, she is having a mental breakdown or she has, parang, you're just exaggerating your emotions. So, it's quite a stigma, especially in the Philippines, to have those thoughts. And take note that psychiatrists here, when you go to them, they will think you're crazy when you're not. Kasi in the US, it's quite normal in other countries. And thankfully now, I think this is the best time to come out with these kinds of sicknesses or illnesses. Kasi we're very much more vocal in talking about this. And this is also why I wanted to put out the Hodgepodge Lifestyle, to have my own platform to be able to discuss freely without fear. Kasi yung fear holds us back, or it held me back for such a long time, that I will be judged. They would think that this girl can't do her job well, or this person or this woman can't be I can't fall in love with this person kasi baka magkasakit siya ulit and all that. So ang daming fears, ang daming things to deal with. So yan, I'm lucky enough that I have this platform, I have the support of people. So ito yung question siguro ninyo. sa dami ng sinabi ko, paano nawala yung lupus ko? I actually don't know. Even my doctors don't know. It was a series of tests for so many years, and then I was just trying all sorts from going to mga masses, confessions, even albularyo because we were so desperate to heal me. And then, syempre, taking all my meds, rounds of doctors, rounds of blood tests, and all that. And then, I met priest, Father Agnes, Epten Agnes. He actually doesn't want to be publicized, but Father, I'm super thankful I met you. So, I was attending the healing mass of Father Agnes. Ano yun, every 19th of the month yun. So, I attended that for so many times. It doesn't happen for like that. You don't get healed like that. So, parang, hindi ko alam, 5 times, more than 5 times. Tapos, sabi nga nila, you don't get healed because of the priest, the healing priest. You get healed because you believe in your faith that you can be healed by God. So, I'm not trying to be preachy here for those watching na hindi religious. I am not religious, I'm spiritual. And for those who are not Catholics. But I'm just sharing to you guys yung experience ko. It might be different for other people, but this is my own. And, yun, after a series of tests, the doctor that I had, shout out to Dr. Feliciano, Raul Feliciano of Medical City. Yun nga, he was surprised na negative. So, hindi siya kampante. He told us to go to St. Luke's and have another test run there. Ayaw nila ng mga small clinics kasi hindi kompleto yung So, yun. And then, nag-negative. And then, for the third time, we took another test in Medical City na rin yata yun. Nag-negative din naman. So, parang 3 series of tests na negative. And supposedly, positive siya every time magra-run ka ng test. So, hindi ma-explain. Bakit? So, sabi niya, okay, there's no explanation for this, but let's be thankful and happy na you're somehow healed, miraculously healed. So, yun. So, yun yung story ko. I was 23. I was about to graduate, or I think I've already graduated, working as a reporter for the newspaper. I was traveling more than before. I had a boyfriend. No, I think we broke up. So, anyway. So, yun. So, parang sabi ko, may reason why. So, after that, I felt like a new leaf. Parang may bagong list sa life mo eh. I was working locally, and then, I think after 2 years, I found Isaac. I luckily got in the program. It's a cultural immersion program, internship, working abroad, but you work like full-time employees. I was sent to Colombia and Malaysia. So, I was just super excited to experience new things. I met new friends, I learned a new culture, even learned Spanish, hola, yan. So, yun. So, parang I never shared to them that I had lupus before going there. I never shared that to the people in Malaysia, basically to anyone. I just wanted to forget about the phase in my life and start anew without this baggage from the past. But that baggage actually led me to so many experiences, to so many opportunities. I went paragliding, I was teaching English to kids sa school na parang scholarship. They were helping out the poor people in Colombia, in Medellin. So, mga paisas. And then they were teaching me their language. And then I remember that we went to different destinations like Guatape in Antioquia. So, that was the best time of my life. And then I had to come home kasi may contract siya, may certain time. I can stay to renew, but I have to go back to the embassy here. They can't allow it here. So I went home. Instead of continuing coming back, which I'm allowed to by the owner of the school, Fundación Sensa, I decided to just stay put, then find another company to work for, this time naman with media. So yun, what I did was I did a lot of speeches, how was my experience in Colombia, and it was really nice to be able to share it. In Malaysia naman, I was an editor, sub-editor for the Sun Daily of Berjaya. It's a sister newspaper of the Sun, of the Star. So, nag-try ako doon investigative journalism, and then, ang dami talaga. Lifestyle, business news, ang dami. So, parang piniikot lang din ako. And we were traveling sometimes sa Malacca, ganyan. So, ang dami kong adventures after I was diagnosed with lupus. And then when I came home, ayun na, nag-start na ako mag-work in marketing PR. Then luckily, eto, nahanap ko na yung work ko sa Australian media company. But all throughout those years, never kong sinabi, kinuwento sa mga taong hindi ako kilala before na I had this disease. Why? Because you're still afraid of the judgment. Second, you don't know their reaction. It's hard. It's hard to talk about some things na hindi siya open for conversation. Unlike cancer kasi ang dami na cases, it's easier to talk to. And then, may stigma, yun nga, and baka hindi rin maintindihan. And I felt like it was part of my past. It's something that, it's like a Pandora's box na ayaw mo siyang buksan. Kasi pag binuksan mo, you have to face it again. But, all, that baggage led me to having fears, constant fears every time I get sick. Because sometimes I get randomly sick for no valid reason or for no major reason. Kunyari, magkakaroon ako ng hives, or kunyari, super sakit ang ulo ko na parang hindi siya nawawala. Basta mga things like that na kakaiba. So parang I kept thinking, baka mamaya meron. And then always na lang, wala nang mahanap yung doctors. So 2017 was very memorable year for me. Yung eye ko had, parang nag-bloat siya, yung white part. We don't know why. So we went to the doctor and then they said na maybe you should go back to your rheumatology. So 10 years after I came back to him, mali na nga yata yung time frame ko, pero hindi ko na alam. Basta 10 years after, I came back to Dr. Raul Feliciano of Medical City and he was super surprised, including his secretary, na bumalik ako. Because he threw out my records. Dahil pag 10 years na at wala namang hindi na bumabalik yung patient, tinatapon na nila. So they were so surprised, how are you, ganyan. So we ran tests. Thankfully, negative. Then we went to, ang dami na naman ng doctors ko. So, yung doctors ng grandparents ko, yung dad kong doctors, I went to them, even my derma, kasi nga sa skin, lumalabas yung symptoms. But they couldn't find anything. So, they said, you're fine, you're healthy. Even my cardio, I went to him, he said, you're an amoeba. Because he remembered the time I was in my early 20s, although he didn't knew yata that time na I had lupus. But I had parang chest pain. So, wala rin silang findings sa very concrete. So, yun, naalala niya yun. Then this time around, ganun ulit, wala. So, sabi niya, you're very lucky. And just think of it this way. It's such a blessing that you're healthy. Yes, it may be difficult to understand why you're having these signs, these sicknesses, pero wala. Let's just put it this way. Sometimes things happen for a reason. Kahit intangible yung reason why it happened, how it happened, what's important is that you believe in something that na stronger than you. You have this faith to keep yourself from moving forward and inspiring people in life and being able to share it to people who needs to hear it the most. So, yun. So, right now, 2020 na, okay ako, 2017. After that, it took me 2 years pa to write about it. Sabi ko, para mawala yung fear ko na baka bumalik. It's something for myself. It's a gift to myself na kaya ko nang pag-usapan. Kaya ko nang ikwento. And it's setting myself free from the fear and from those times na sobrang hirap. And I'm just very, very grateful and very, very thankful that I am still alive up to now. Every single day I wake up, super blessed to be able to get up and go to work and not have the constant fear weighing me down. It feels great now. So basically yun, just want to inspire people, and yun, just keep on praying, keep holding on. And for those frontliners in the field, I salute you. Sobra yung paghanga ko sa inyo, yung tapang ninyo. Kasi kahit frontliner ako sa balita, I have this comforts of my home. I can work from here and report from here online, do my vlogs here. So, walang sinabi yung tapang ninyo. And saludo ako na every niris niyo yung buhay niyo para sa amin. And kapit lang kayo. I've been seeing a lot of videos of people crying, nurses crying, doctors crying. And I'm telling you, you are stronger than you think you are. For those who are not working right now, never give up. Nandiyan lagi yung tulong. And, yan, just stay strong, stay at home, and take care. And we can get through this together. Because the next phase of this will be so much better for everybody. Hopefully, a lot of people will realize the changes that they need to do. Whether it's a personal life nila or kung saan man. Basically, that's my vlog for today. I'm gonna wrap this up. This is too long. I said 10 minutes, parang 25 minutes na to. Please don't forget to subscribe, comment down below if you like this video about lupus awareness, about surviving lupus, and we can beat the coronavirus outbreak together. Comment down below if you can relate, or if you can ask me questions. Thank you for watching. Please hit that like button, that notification bell, so that you'll get notified on my next vlogs. And subscribe. Ang hirap magkaroon ng 1,000 subscribers. So, nasa 100 plus pa lang din yata ako. So, I would really appreciate it if kung magsasubscribe kayo. Kasi I noticed that most people watching are not subscribed. So, yun. Anyway, have a good day. It's the 4th week. This vlog is coming out ahead of the others. Most likely, ang dami kong pending. Ang hirap po kasi mag-edit na may trabaho pang iba. But I'm trying my best to push everything out na mas on time. But most likely nga may delays din. So, yun. Anyway, I hope that you're not getting bored with me talking. And have a good rest of your day. And I'm out. Bye!